Good morning. How y'all doing? Um, I had a conversation this morning with a close friend of mine, and we were talking about a few things we got going on for the summer. And the one thing that came across, in conversation is young kids having jobs, summer jobs, and things of that nature. I just wanted to drive home 1 to 2 points for you if you're an athlete this summer, especially if you're an athlete in high school, football, basketball, whatever the case is. If you're in basketball, it's a little different because I know they have AAU and stuff like that, but which is vital. I play AAU myself, so I'm a big advocate for AAU basketball. I love AAU basketball when done right. I'll explain that later. Um, Summer jobs, pros and cons. Pros, it will put money in your pocket, right? That's a big thing for kids nowadays. They feel like they need to have money. One of the cons of having money, especially at a young age when you don't need it, you tend to misuse it and mismanage it sometimes. Not all the time. Some people have, you know, some knowledge of what to do with money. Now, for you as an athlete, I want you to understand this. You might be missing out on a lot of time that you can use right now to be getting better as an athlete. The You're not going to be paid enough money to do anything to help anybody. You might think, oh yeah, I can, help my mom pay some bills, or I can, buy a pair of shoes, or whatever. At the end of the day, I ask, well, what's the goal? You want to miss out on a few dollars now to possibly make hundreds of thousands later, possibly, and that could come in the form of a scholarship. You know, best case scenario, that could come in the form of you making it to the NBA, NFL, whatever. Hypothetically speaking, but a summer job can deter you from ultimately making the gains necessary to take yourself to the next level as an athlete. Um, a lot of times I see these kids get these jobs and they making a little money and they happy and all that, and then they get on the field or they get in whatever sport they are and they're subpar athletes. When the summertime, when you get that 8 to 10 week gap between school years, that's vital to your success as a young athlete. And what you want to do with that time is you have to narrow your focus on what you want. Um, you don't necessarily need a summer job. That's just what it comes down to. You don't. Not if you're serious about making it to that next level, which is the collegiate level or whatever the case is. Whatever sport you play. Those summer jobs can literally take you away from what it is you want. You may be making, let's say you make a good amount of money, you make $200 or $300 a week, right? What is that ultimately? What is that amount of time ultimately going to cost you? Let's say that's going to cost you maybe about 8 to 10 hours a day, right? Over the summer. Think about if you had that time to solely focus on the things you wanted as an athlete. I want to jump higher. I want to get stronger. I want to, run faster. I want to be a little more quicker. You take that same amount of time and dedicate it to your craft, whatever sport, it don't matter because every sport, you need that for every sport unless you're playing golf. And then different skill set. I don't know. I didn't play golf. But you have to not let that summer job take away the availability of your time to get better. You know, you can get better every day, especially with the summertime, man. And honestly, you have some kids that some kids that can actually go and say, "Hey, I'm gonna get a summer job, but I'm gonna also work out and go hard when I work out." It can be done, but the people that are going to do that, it's going to be far and few in between, because most of the time you get a summer job, you'll work a 6 to 8 hour shift. You got to be really determined to go and do a full-fledged job for 8 hours and then come back and work out for maybe another 2 to 3 hours. How many do it? There's few that do it. But if you can narrow your focus for those, let's say 3 to 4 years from your freshman year to your senior year, every summer and every off season, dedicating it to I'm getting better. Every off season, every summer, you're gonna look up and you're gonna be well ahead of the competition, because not many people are putting in that type of work. But we let what we see on Instagram and what we see on Facebook and a lot of these social media sites, we see all the glitz and glamour of the people that's made it, and we want to emulate that. The biggest mess up you can do. So when you see someone online flashing things, having money, going and wearing chains and all that stuff, they've paid the cost behind closed doors, and that's not what they're showing you. They're showing you a ready-made product that the results of hard work. What you need to focus on is how they got there. If you focus on how they got there, everything you want, you'll be able to, reciprocate just like they did. You can't get to that without the work. Don't skip the process, And so once you realize that, man, I need to go back and rethink that summer job or whatever it is. I need to focus solely on trying to get better as an athlete, performance-wise. You take care of your body. Like I talked about on another video about the importance of stretching and flexibility and all of the things that go in, the small things. You see a lot of times kids are cramping up during the game. You see, kids are being fatigued because they're not conditioned. You thinking you can jump straight into a season with doing minimal amount of work is very detrimental to your success as an athlete. You gotta put in the work. And then let's talk about the next level. When you go to college, the first place they bring you is to the weight room. That's the first place they bring you. They don't bring you nowhere else on campus when you talk about in terms of athletics. They might bring you to the stadium and let you see that stuff and all of that, but the very next place you're going is to the weight room, because that's where you're going to spend the majority of your time. Not, hanging out in campus. As an athlete in college, you better do your research. A lot of people say they want scholarships. That ain't what you want. You want the glory of getting it. So you got to scale that back and go back to the root of why you want it. Now, it's good to have that want. You want to have, that lifestyle. You want that glory. But it's a tough road. And if you ain't ready for that, when you get to that level, and I hope, everybody who wants to get to that level, get to that level. It's gonna be a harsh reality for you, because them 4:30 wake up, 5 a.m. Workout every day in the off season, study hall and all of those things. If you hadn't been disciplining yourself before that, you're gonna have a hard time. But you don't need to do that. You don't need to have a hard time, because you need to decide what it's going to be now. You miss out on a few dollars in the summer now. And when we think about it, and when we really come to terms, what does a 15, 16, or 17-year-old really need money for? What do they need money for? I get it. You have things to pay for in college, but as a parent, it's your mom and dad's job to provide for you. You didn't ask to come here, so you don't have a responsibility. Now, it's good to have those things because you learn responsibility, but you also learn responsibility by being a disciplined athlete as well. So If you can commit yourself to your body and being the best athlete you can be, getting a job is easy. Being an athlete is hard. Working on your body is hard, you know? And when you learn to focus like that, that's a focus that not a lot of people can have. But that's why being an athlete is so hard. Comes with a lot of responsibility. But in the grand scheme of things, I think that what you should do is rethink going and get a summer job, especially if you want to be an athlete. You want to take your game to the next level. I would definitely, my advice would be get with someone, a trainer, or another program, or somebody that can write you a program, or whatever it is, and learn what your needs are. Get an honest evaluation from a coach in terms of where I'm at as an athlete, and then articulate to that person where you want to be, and let them formulate you a summer plan, and go attack that plan. Simple as that. You know, we have summer programs coming out this month. A potential summer camp coming out in a 2-week segment, and so get with us, reach out to us. We'll definitely help you. That's what we're here for. I've been down the road. I know exactly where you want to be, and I know how to get you there. And so, if you reach out to us, I can guarantee you we will definitely get you on the right road. So, rethink that summer job and reach out to somebody that can help you.